to export custom templates and install them in DaVinci Resolve so they are reusable with one click saves you hours. I'll show you exactly how to do it in minutes. Hello everyone. If you're not familiar with macros, it's a DaVinci Resolve Templates. You can customize a macro on the Fusion page, export it with the controls you want exposed, bundle it into a template, and then install it in Resolve. Once installed, the template appears under Resolve Templates and can be dropped straight into your project to streamline your workflow. I'll walk you through every step, so hit follow or subscribe and let's get started. Open the project that contains the macro you want to export and switch to the Fusion page. In the Fusion page, select all nodes. Hover mouse over any node, then right-click it and choose Macro from the menu, and then click Create Macro. The macro window will open. At the top of the window, give the macro a name. This is the name that will show up under DaVinci Resolve Templates. Then return to the node area and find any node that has controls you want exported with the macro. Select that node. In the inspector panel, check the node name, so it's easy to find in the parameters list in the macro window. In the parameters list in the macro window, find the node name and click on this icon to open its parameters. For me, I'll only enable the color controls. These are the same color controls shown in the inspector panel. Click this icon to close those parameters. Then select the next node if you want to check its name. Find that node in the parameters list and click on its icon to open its parameters. I'll select the color settings there as well. Then close it. For the last node that needs color controls, open its parameters, enable the color controls, and close the. Then select the next node and repeat the same steps. This is a text node. Enable these parameters. Styled text, the field where you enter your text, also shown in the inspector. Font, to change the font family. Style, to change font style. Then text color controls. And for font size, I added keyframes to size, so I'm keeping it disabled. Close the text parameters. In layout, center for text position, size for text scale. If we open the layout in the inspector, center controls text position. I don't need to expose this. Size controls text scale. I will keep this enabled. That's all I need from this node. Then close these parameters and repeat the same steps for the other text node. Enabling the same controls: style text, font, style, text color, and size for the font scale from the layout parameters. The final parameter controls will be from the transform node to control the whole lower third item. Find it in the parameters list and click its icon to open its parameters. In the parameter control section, center, to control the whole lower third position. Pivot is the point where the item scales. Select and place the pivot where you want the template to start scaling from. I placed mine at the left corner. You can also control the point from the inspector panel. When you scale the item, it will begin scaling from that point. Move the parameters window so you can see the preview. As you scale, the item scales while the pivot stays fixed, in my case at the left bottom, so that point doesn't move. Set the pivot where you want, and set your item size, and enable size to control the item scale. After enabling all the controls you need from each node, the final step remains to export these macro settings. In the top right of the macro window, click the three dots, then choose Save or Save As. And pick the folder where you want to export the macro. Click Save, and your macro file will be saved to that folder. Now move to the next step. Convert the macro file to a template. Navigate to the folder where you saved the macro file. Select the macro file, right-click, and choose Copy from the menu to copy it. Create a new folder called Edit. Then inside it, create a subfolder named Titles. Then paste the macro file into the Titles folder. Then create a thumbnail for your template if you prefer. Make the thumbnail horizontal so the long edge fits the Resolve preview better. Name the thumbnail file exactly the same as the macro file. Copy the macro named and paste it as a thumbnail name to make it exactly the same. This is required for Resolve to show the thumbnail with your template. Thumbnail dimensions can be any resolution. If you're not sure which folder to use for different template types, go back to the Fusion page, and from the Effects panel, open Templates. You'll see a folder called Edit, the same one I have. Inside it you'll find Titles, the same one I have also, and choose whatever name within Edit best suits your template. We have a Fusion folder beside the Edit folder. You can create a new folder next to Edit and name it Fusion. Choose any name inside the Fusion folder to arrange just your templates. Anything you put in the Fusion folder will only appear in the Fusion tab. If you search for it in the Edit tab, you won't find it, so keep that in mind. Now select the Edit folder, right-click it, and choose Compress from menu to create a zip file. Then, right-click the zip file and choose Get Info. The info window will open. In the name and extension field, change the .zip extension to .drfx and press Enter or click outside the field. This window will appear asking if you want to keep the extension or use .drfx. Choose Use .drfx. The file will convert to a DaVinci Resolve template, as shown here. Let's create a copy without a thumbnail by removing the thumbnail from the subfolder. Right-click the Edit folder and choose Compress to create a zip file as well. Rename the zip file and change the .zip extension to .drfx, then press Enter, or click outside the field. When the confirmation pop-up appears, choose Use .drfx. The file will convert to a DaVinci Resolve template as well. After creating 2 versions of this template, the final step is to install these templates in Resolve, so we have 2 methods to do it. The first one is, select your template and drag and drop it into the Nodes area in the Fusion page. The confirmation install dialog will pop up. Click Install. It will be installed. If you search for it in Templates under the Tiles folder or search for it directly in the search bar in the Effects panel, you will find it there. The second method is, in the Effects panel, right-click on Templates and choose Show Folder. This opens the folder where DaVinci Resolve stores templates. This is the template we have installed now. Select template you created, then drag and drop it into the Templates folder. It will be installed automatically and will immediately appear in the templates list in the Effects panel. You'll see the difference in thumbnails, the one we created with a thumbnail and the one without. Now switch to the Edit tab. And in the toolbox, search for your template there. You will find them here. If templates doesn't appear, just restart Resolve. They will appear after restart Resolve. Then, click and drag it into your timeline. Select it. We have Preview here, and in the Inspector, you'll find all the controls you enabled when exporting the macro. You can adjust the template here, change whatever you want using those exposed controls. That's everything you need to create, export, and install a DaVinci Resolve template. If you found these tips helpful, hit like, follow or subscribe for more DaVinci Resolve tips, and tell me in the comments which tricks you want next. See you next time.